This guy says the horse can do. If he says the horse can do.
Welcome from beautiful Victor, Washington on the K-Senate. This is Odds and Ends with Mike Tice, and this is the 8th week of the National Football League's 100th anniversary season. Football started on Thursday night with the Minnesota Vikings getting to 6-2. Yeah, 6-2 after 8 games. That's a great start over the Washington Redskins, 19-9. They ran the ball extremely well. 4 weeks in a row, Kirk Cousins, no interceptions. Stephon Diggs, the last 3 weeks, 453 yards receiving. That's more than any other receiver in the league going into Sunday's games. Well-deserved win for the Minnesota Vikings. Teams on a bye this week. The Baltimore Ravens coming off that big win in Seattle, 30-16 against the Seattle Seahawks. Lamar Jackson might be the best athlete in the league. If not the best, he's certainly one of the top athletes in the National Football League today. Also, the Dallas Cowboys finally putting it all together, doing a great job to get a victory over the Philadelphia Eagles, 37-10. They're starting to get healthy in that offensive line, and boy, what a difference that makes. The Dallas Cowboys also have a bye this week, well-deserved. Teams that I'm going to talk about briefly, but not pick with my 3 picks, are the Raiders going to the Texans. That should be an excellent game. The Raiders are underdogs by 5.5 points at this point. The Browns, coming off a bye, trying to figure out who they are, go to the Patriots. They're getting 10.5 points. And that great defense of the Buffalo Bills will put it on the line against the Philadelphia Eagles. Buffalo is -2 with the spread. When we come back, I'll talk about the games I am picking, and I'll show you why I like my pick of the week.
Can do. This guy says the horse can do. If he says the horse can do, can do, can do.
Well, welcome back to Odds and Ends with Mike Tice, and here are the 3 games that I'm going to pick for you this week. The first game are the Bucks traveling to the Titans. The Bucks are -2 in the turnover differential, coming off a bye. Jameis Winston, just too many turnovers. The Titans are +4, and their defense is outstanding. Number 4 in the league in third down defense. Number 10 in the league in sacks with 19 sacks. Number 8 in defense by total yards. And most importantly, number 4 in the league in points scored against. Ryan Tannehill last week set a record for the best quarterback percentage, completion percentage yards as a starter in their first game for the Titans. Big difference that Ryan Tannehill's making. The offensive line is back in order and getting healthy, and I think that Derrick Henry will have a big day running the ball. I look for the Titans to cover at -2.5. The next team I'm going to give you is the big game. Packers was supposed to be a big, exciting game with 2 great quarterbacks, but of course, Pat Mahomes has been ruled out. I like the Packers at -4. I think the line has gone to -4.5. They're +6, the Packers, in turnover differential. Kansas City's not too bad by themselves. They are +4 in the turnover differential. I just think there's too many injuries in the Kansas City offensive line and too many injuries this week in the Kansas City defensive line. And, of course, the great Pat Mahomes is out. I like the Packers and Aaron Rodgers in that one to cover, -4, -4.5. My pick of the week, my game of the week. Stay tuned. I'll be right back with my pick of the week. Well, welcome back to Odds and Ends with Mike Tice. And now for my pick of the week. I love the Carolina Panthers anywhere from +4 to +5.5. Number 1 in the league in sacks with 27. Number 2 in the league in interceptions with 9 behind the New England Patriots. And number 3 in the league in turnover differential of +6, and that doesn't even include any conversation about Christian McCaffrey or Kyle Allen, the quarterback, who is undefeated, has won 4 straight games. I like the Carolina Panthers, and let me show you a few reasons why. I think the Carolina Panthers will be able to run the ball on them this week. The 49ers look at 54, misfitting in the run game. And then when you look at the pass protection, straight drop back with those 2 tackles hurt, there's going to be too much, that Carolina pass rush with 27 sacks. Jimmy Garoppolo throwing one up for grabs here. If he's got a straight drop back and not have his play action, he's a little suspect. And that Carolina front, led by Mario Addison, Shaq Thompson. Look at this pass rush. Look at the pressure up the middle. The Carolina Panthers defense is going to be too much for the San Francisco 49ers. Well, that's it for this week's episode of Odds and Ends with Mike Tice. Let me recap my 3 picks for you. The Tennessee Titans at home -2.5 against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Green Bay Packers on the road at KC -Pat Mahomes -4, -4.5. And I love the Carolina Panthers to give the 49ers their first loss, +4.5, +5.5, somewhere in that range. And those are my picks for the week. Don't forget to tune into my podcast and then tweet us with any thoughts and ideas at Odds and Ends Pod. That's ODDS, the letter N, ENDS Pod. And next week, we'll have a show, a podcast, each day of the week, talking Breeders' Cup. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and an NFL show on Fridays. Tune in to Odds and Ends with Mike Tice.
This guy says the horse can do if he